Hi, welcome back to the newest video snippet from Deadly Affirmations, the video novel. Today we're going to read the third part of chapter 16. And if you look directly below this post, you can find a link to Amazon.com where you can purchase a copy of this book in ebook, if you prefer to read electronically, or paperback if you're old school, as they call it, as the kids say. Anyway, I think you're going to like this one. Patience feels much better about this now that we're getting to this part. You'll see. If you're ready, here we go. After Patience and Julie had finished their lunches, Julie excused herself to go to the bathroom. Patience paid the check. The phone girl sat at a table across the room, nursing a large iced tea that had many, many refills and a ham and cheese sandwich that she had torn apart with her fingers, eating only the meat, the Swiss cheese torn into small pieces, and the lettuce. Apparently no gluten for her. The other diners conversed softly with each other, but every few seconds Patience could hear the phone girl bleat out more bothersome uptalk or vocal fry. When Patience had first sat down, the other diners had raised their heads and shook them disapprovingly when they had heard phone girl squawking. But as they got used to the braying, they ignored her and concentrated on enjoying their lunches. Patience had not been as easily able to disregard the woman. When Julie returned, Patience told her that she had paid the check. Julie sputtered for a few seconds, but happily accepted Patience's generosity. Wasn't feeling well and was going home. Taking the rest of the day off, sick. I'll see you tomorrow. After all, the piles of files will be there tomorrow, Patience said, giving her friend half a little laugh to emphasize her discomfort. Julie looked at her watch and said, well, I'd better hurry then or I'll be late. I'll let the boss know that you're going home sick. See you tomorrow, and gave her friend a hug and hurried out the door. Patience hung around until the phone girl paid her check and prepared to leave. As the girl was counting out change for the tip, Patience walked out the door, turned to the right, and stopped to look in a store window. A minute or so later, phone girl came out of the restaurant and turned left, walking and texting and talking on the phone. Patience followed her. After a block, Patience reached into her bag and took out the corkscrew, flipping it open and putting it into her left hand with the corkscrew part sticking out between her middle and ring fingers. The next block had a hardware store at the corner, and the street continued on with the brick wall at the end of the building on Patience's right. Patience looked around and saw no other pedestrians and no cars behind or ahead of her, and when the phone girl reached the alley that ran behind the hardware store and all of the other businesses on the block, Patience put a shoulder into the woman. All that lax and field hockey finally had come in handy, and shoved her into the alley. Phone girl responded quickly with an angry, WTF! She didn't take the trouble to use entire words, and Patience slammed her fist with the shiny chrome screw sticking out into the phone girl's temple. Her legs went wobbly, and she fell straight down in a heap. Y-O-L-O, Patience said. Oh no, I guess you don't.